Welcome to Case Files of the Geek Gumshoe. I'm the Geek Gumshoe. Today's case file comes to us from rural Texas, where we're going to be looking at a piece of video of the alleged Chupacabra. Back in 1995, stories started to emerge in the cryptozoology scene about a creature in Puerto Rico that was attacking and killing livestock and draining them of their blood. The creature was appropriately named Chupacabra, which literally translates to goat sucker or sucker of goats. When stories of the Chupacabra began to come out, people started offering accounts of encounters with the creature. They said it was monkey-like in appearance, had spines on its back, red glowing eyes, and bat-like wings. Several farmers claimed that when they went out to check on disturbances with their livestock, that they encountered the creature in their fields. I once had the opportunity to interview a Chupacabra witness, and it went something like this. So tell me how this went down.
So I went out to put these bloody towels in the trash, and there it was. It had these glowing red eyes.
Red eyes.
That's what I said. Red eyes.
Okay.
It was standing on its hind legs like a monkey. It had these spikes. Spikes coming out of its back.
Mm-hmm.
And bat wings.
Bat wings.
Bat wings. Huh.
So, you look like this?
Yep. Just like that.
Yeah, you might want to...
Oh. Do you think anybody recognized it?
Nah, you're good.
Okay. That would have been embarrassing.
So for the next decade, we accepted that the Chupacabra looked like this. Then something bizarre happened, and somebody caught an unidentified creature on a police dash cam, and things began to change for the Chupacabra. Let's take a look at this piece of footage. Now, I'm not here to say that this piece of video is fake. On the contrary, I think it's legitimate. But instead, what I want to address is the fact that we went from this to this in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, the Chupacabra was no longer a red-eyed monkey monster with wings, but instead a black dog running down the street in broad daylight. Y'all know that the black dog is a legend of its own, right? Here's a reenactment of how I think the radio traffic in this incident must have gone. Dispatch, I got one running. I think it's that there Chupacabra we've been looking for. He probably doesn't talk like that. This is just how it plays out in my head.
Check unit. Would that be the individual with the glowing red eyes?
That's a negative on them glowing red eyes. Now, the lack of red eyes isn't a deal breaker in and of itself. After all, it's daytime in the video. Now, the reason why animals have reflections from their eyes that sometimes come across as red is that a lot of animals have a feature in their eyes that humans don't have that allows them to see better in the dark. And then when that's hit by a bright light, it reflects back toward the light source.
Check unit. Would that be the individual with the spikes in his back?
Negative, no spikes.
Check unit. Would the individual have bat wings?
Nope, he ain't flying. He's just running on his all fours.
So he's not a biped then. Is that correct?
Check, that's correct. He's running kind of like a dog.
Check unit. Sounds like that's our man.
This is what we call forcing the evidence to fit our expectation, and this is a poor investigative practice. True evidence has to be a fit for the nature of our incident, and not the other way around. This is why people who believe in things like cryptids often come across as crackpots. They have a desperate need to make something out of nothing, or to make more out of something when what they have is minimal at best. See some blurry brown thing in the distance? Must be Bigfoot. See a dog we don't recognize running down the road? It's got to be a Chupacabra, right? Despite the fact that the canine in the video is hard to label accurately, we shouldn't jump to the conclusion that it's a cryptid. I've been out to the Southwest before. Dogs run loose like crazy out there. They crossbreed with other dogs. They crossbreed with wild dogs like coyote. Over the course of time, you're going to end up with dogs that don't look like anything you've ever seen. Sometimes the genetics of mixing dogs like that ends up with severe problems and literal mutations. This video is clearly legitimate. There's not any alteration or any reason to think that there is, but it clearly does not support the idea that someone recorded a Chupacabra. It's merely a recording of a canine that falls outside of our ability to immediately categorize. Don't try to force a square peg to fit in a round hole just because you can't find the round peg. Keep looking. Then if you find the real thing, then you've really accomplished something. So until the next case brings our past together again, keep your mind and eyes open, but don't be an easy mark. Geek Gumshoe, over and out.